Hello everyone and welcome to Lost Caverns of Ixalan. And this time I think the pick is easy. There are a couple of decent two-color cards, but the rare is, well, sometimes can be just a 3-mana flash for 3/2. Oh, and that's not, the worst creature you could play. But then again, quite often you will get to counter an ability and also, remove the ability from the permanent. At least for as long as Tidebinder remains on the battlefield. So this is really good utility. Easy pick. Nikanzili can be a better card in blue-green. This of course can be one of your best cards in black-green. But there's not really, I mean, the commons and the remaining uncommon, they are just not as, effective as the Tidebinder can be. So let's take the rare here. And well, I think it is an easy follow-up, but it's quite close. First, there would be another Akavali here. If for some reason I took that card, it would be a nice continuation for that. But of course, the actual decision is between the Jade Cause and the Lodestone Needle. Both share the color with my first pick. Out of the commons, I do like the Axejaw, the Pirate. Echo of Dusk can be a nice 2-drop in some of the grinder black decks. But yeah, I do think I like the 2-mana draw too. Sometimes, you will discard a card. Sometimes you want to discard a card to fill your graveyard with things for Descent or just want to trigger Descent triggers. The Needle can be better in certain decks, but of course this is a craft with the artifact thing. I could still be like blue-green, which won't have a lot of artifacts. Chart of course will always be a good card, so that is an easy pick. And what is going on? Alright, well, a rare has been taken. It's a possibility that an uncommon that's a double-faced card has been taken, because the packs have 3 regular uncommons, and if it has an uncommon that is double-faced, that will also be the 4th uncommon, and it will replace a common. Now, there are 3 very good red cards. I'm going to take one of them. I would want to take all of them, of course. Well, it's gonna be the Upgrade. It's still better than the very efficient 2-drop. And I like the Upgrade more than the Chomp in, well, basically any deck except for a very, dino-heavy green-red deck maybe. But yeah, Upgrade, very easy follow-up here. But I'm passing a couple of very good red cards there. I'm not sure I like it too much. Alright, this is another pack that has a variety of decent pickables for pick 4, Get Lost. Very versatile removal that gives you tempo, but of course it gives a real reward for the opponent too. But I wouldn't mind picking it if I was interested in picking white right now. There's a Deadweight, totally reasonable black card. The River Herald Scout would continue with the blue route, which I'm quite likely to end up with. But there's also Sunfire Torch and the Tomb Raider. And I think the decision is between the Torch, the Raider, and the Scout. Now, Blue-Red has a lot of artifacts. I don't have any yet, but I'm actually taking the Scout, because there is a possibility that I won't be Blue-Red, and I'm quite likely gonna be blue. So I take the blue card, but you could have taken the potential hasty 1-mana 2/2 or the Torch as well. But it was, time was running out. I had to make a decision, and my decision was to take a blue card to kind of make sure that I will at least have one color after pack 1. And here, well, there's not really a reason to move to any other color combination. The blue cards in here are quite weak though. Now you could take a Compass Gnome, it's never like an embarrassing pick. You might want to play it in some decks if you want to splash the Monstrous Sword, the Altar Sword. These are fine cards. I don't like the instants here. Fine. I'm not taking the rare, it's not good. I think I like the Altar Sword the most. Quite a decent 5-drop. With the 4/5 reach, blocks a lot of creatures, and then of course the 2 damage dealing ability still allows you to keep dealing damage if this guy is, you know, if you want to leave this as a blocker. So you can just ping them at the end of their turn. Alright, so here there's not really a reason to move to any other color combination, and I will take the pirate hat here over the, well, mostly like the sunbird standard and the puzzle door are maybe things you could consider taking, but pirate hat is really decent. I didn't pick the pirate red card, but I might find more of them, and this is early in the draft, so let's keep the option open for that. Alright, well, this is actually a pack from which I'm not going to take a blue or a red card. They are not very, you know, great. Whereas the Wizards of Dread and the Armored Kin color can be, I mean, they are definitely better cards in their respective colors. And I can still, you know, either splash or ignore the red here. You know, maybe even the blue, it's not impossible if I open certain bombs from non-blue colors. But yeah, the decision is between the Wizards and the Kin color. I'm gonna take the Kin color because there is a chance I'm gonna get the blue-green uncommon at pick number 9. This is pick number 8, so the next one could have it, and I could still consider moving to green. But what is this? There's a Zoyoba at pick number 8. I don't think I can move the black-red. But what else is in the pack? It seems like red was, you know, kind of cut. I didn't get much after the upgrade. So I might have to figure out something. I mean, I don't like the Hulk too much. Okay, I'm taking this Zoyoba, it's the best card, but let's now see if I get the blue-green uncommon. I did not, so the pack one had it. Yeah, it was. The pack one had black-green and blue-green uncommons, but someone took the, what's the name of the blue-green, you know, the explore kind of payoff. Well, it's not here. So I have to completely change my plan. Well, not completely, but I think the green can be abandoned now. I was interested in getting green here if that uncommon came to me, but I guess I'll take the Blade Master and let's see. It will be playable in an artifact-heavy blue-red deck. Well, this is a late Cockwork Wrestler. I'm very happy to take it here. Another Althasora Shipwreck Sentry. Okay, well, this is an easy pick. Let's take that. And now there's a Council of Echoes. Now, 4/4 flyer for 6 is not great, but if you can reliably trigger the ETB, it will be worth the 6 mana for sure. The Whirlpool, if I ended up white, would be the pick. I'm gonna take this and maybe I can play it. I can also use it as a sideboard card, you know. This is a best of 3 draft. Get Lost, Dowsing Device. I haven't really been impressed by the Dowsing Device. I'll take the 20 gems plus if I end up in white, I can play that card. Here, I don't like the Out of Era. I guess you can play it as a sideboard card against some bombs like the Mythic Gods. I'll take this for the sideboard. Okay, Daring Discovery, usually not a card I'm gonna play. Oh, I do wish now that I got the blue-green. Uncommon back. I understand it's not coming back. Pick 9 for it is quite late, but also maybe often people might ignore blue-green. It's not the easiest combination to draft. Because now the Deep Phantom Echo would be just an amazing card for it. But now there's I mean, I could still take it, but there's also Waterwind Scout. That's the thing. Now, I have only basically like one red card I'm really interested in having. Then again, this would be my one. I guess the Keen color is fine, but I'm really thinking between the Scout and the Deep Phantom Echo. Should I give myself a chance to get a blue-red deck? I have some going on for that. I think I'm gonna do that. I hope red will be open to this direction, and I hope I'm not getting another, green amazing card, but I did not. I did get a Roaming Throne, and that's a nice one. You can fairly often get some double triggers out of it, but even if it's just a 4-mana 4/4 with no color requirements and has Ward 2, it's a good roadblock. The opponent, even if they upgrade it, they will need the 4 mana to get rid of it. So it's nice to have the Ward 2 in here for your, what is sometimes of vanilla 4/4, but there's a lot of triggers nowadays for creatures, so this can do some work. Anyway, what else would I take from this pack? Like a Ancestor's Aid or... this actually has a couple of these uncommons which are nice, of course, and the dead weight is good, but I mean, it's not for me really, given what I have picked. Okay. What? I wonder what's the pick here. Zodiac Cliff. Yeah, well, at least blue will be open here because well, I guess the rare has been taken, so someone maybe who is drafting blue could take a rare over the Cliff, but this will be the next best card in the pack. So no blue drafter will pass this unless the rare is something even better. Okay, because this is the best non-rare card in the set. Alright, let's take it easy pick, and then let's see. Okay, I'm getting some red. Not like a ton. And there's a Kutzil's Flanker. I don't think I'm going to take that, so I should maybe stick to red. I have the upgrade. I should cut the Zoyova and the Kin Collar for sure. Get lost. Bye-bye. Torch or the Cavalry. I like the Torch because it is an artifact and I have now some synergy for the artifacts. And this is just a 2-mana 2/2 that won't often get bigger in this deck, in this color combination. Pirate Hat number 2, I don't think I'm that interested in it. I'll just take the Sunfire Torch. And another dowsing device, which I still am not interested in. Multiple Kutzils going around. I think green-white might be the least drafted archetype for me in this set. I have had like only a few of them. Not sure if I have had any of them uploaded on the channel. Well, I'm gonna take something. The minecart works with the stuff that care about artifacts. Like the Zodiac Cliff, it's nice to put this on a treasure token you got for free. It's not the best card, but this is not the best pack either. I guess I'll just take the minecart. Another Zoyova, but I have not. I'm beyond drafting anything else than blue-red at this point. And I need early drops, and I have one in Compass. No, there's a Rumbling Rockslide, which I don't think is that bad. It's a card I'm fine to play in decks as one copy at least, especially if I don't have much other expensive cards, and I don't. But I need 2-drop and an artifact 2-drop is even better thanks to the Glyph and some other artifact synergy I have here going on. So let's take this guy. And Hotfoot Gnome, another Torch. I guess I can take the Torch. The Hotfoot Gnome is... Whenever I have played this card, it's been so disappointing. That 1 toughness is a little bit of a liability for a 3-drop. And the haste granting ability is not quite that strong. So here I'm going to take either the Torch or the Monstrosaur, and I think I'll take the Torch. Puzzle Door, Tectonic Hazard. I mean, this is mostly a sideboard card. I don't know if I really care about that Puzzle Door. It's not even a card I'm that happy to cleave, because you kind of lose the card from it. I think I prefer the sideboard card of Tectonic Hazard. Alright, Frilled Caveworm. Is that gonna be it? I'm not sure how many... Okay, I have only 1 instant and 1 sorcery, so I could have my graveyard filled with permanents like a Sunfire Torch. So let's take this, because I don't really have much going on in the 4-drop slot. Yeah, pack 2 was, you know, not counting the Cliff, a little bit disappointing. I got the Scout as the first pick, and then the Cliff, and then the rest is like not amazing. Blowgun, well, I guess I can sideboard it. Let's take the Blowgun, and now there's a Puzzle Door, Hotfoot Gnome, and the Boulder decision yet again. 1, 2, 3. I have enough 3-drops. I don't care about this, but I guess I'll take the Boulder if I need some removal. This is also something you can, you know, enchant with the Glyph once you have played it, if you get that late. Alright, let's take another Gnome. I mean, I don't want to play multiples of them if I don't care about the mana fixing, but I guess that's what I'm gonna do now. I mean, I'm peak now. Alright, Dosing Device, I'll take it over the second copy of the Boulder here. Alright, pack 2 was not great. Okay, Frilled Caveworm. Okay, well, at least pack 3 starts with a good pick. Either of these uncommons would be good. How many pirates I have? 1. 10 artifacts. I'm not sure how many of them I'm actually gonna play, but I'll take the crewmate. It will have a good hit ratio, and I actually need more 2-drops. So easy pick, I would say, over the cause right now. And another upgrade, I wouldn't mind having a Tomb Raider or even the Vandercliff. Vandercliff, I might get one of them maybe back. I don't know, it doesn't matter, I'll take the upgrade. It's a nice pickup always, and here we have Inverted Iceberg. But there's also a treasure map, which can be a little bit slow, but this is a best of 3 draft. I can sideboard it out, you know, when it's a really fast matchup. And in any kind of a mid-range or slower matchup, this is gonna get you some nice value. And the other option would be the Iceberg, which is actually a good card I wouldn't mind having here. Very nice to glyph it, for instance. But I think I'll take the treasure map. And. Alright, still fine. I'll take the Vandercliff. I do want to have an early play still. I have like 1, 2, 4 creatures, couple of removal spells, but yeah, and this is an artifact. Maybe the Blade Master will be quite decent in this deck. Alright, well, you know what's nice with the glyph? The Diamond Pickaxe. This pack is quite good though. There's a Stalactite Stalker still, there's a Bartolome, but I guess no one is just blue, white black, but this is a really good card in any black deck. But yeah, there's also a Brackish Blunder and the Goblin Tomb Raider. Well, I'm still taking the Pickaxe, but I would have been happy to pick either the Tomb Raider or the Blunder as well. And okay, I get a River Herald Scout. There's a Wailing Pirates. But do I still prefer that 2-drop? I might actually play the K-Worms as my 4-drops here. Yeah, I'll explore on turn 2 rather than take another 4-drop. And here we have... There's an Etalis Favor. It's a pretty decent card. But there's another Vandercliff too. I think I care about it more than the Compass Gnome here. I could even replace some of the gnomes with the 2-2. The 1 toughness is really kind of a vulnerability, even on a 2-drop, not just a 3-drop. Okay, I'm gonna take the 2-2, but the Etalis Favor, don't get me wrong, it can really do good stuff, but it's also a little bit risky if the opponent has, you know, instant speed response. You just lose the card and the creature you were targeting. Anyway, I'll take the Reminiscence here, I think. Just a sideboard card for some, you know, grindy matchup. I don't know if there are such things, but in best of 3 there sometimes is. Alright, now there's an actual decision. Cave-Worm number 3 or Sunfire Torch number 3. Couple of upgrades, couple of torches. I kinda like the Cave-Worm, but I guess I'll take the torch. And here I have nothing I'm going to play, but you know, if the opponent has like the Black Guard, which is an insane bomb, it's impossible to raise. It will come back easily if you kill it via normal means, so I can make them shuffle it to the deck, which is a really desperate move, but something you might have to do if you face that card. Otherwise, this card is barely playable. I mean, it's not playable, it's just a waste of a card. Yep, alright. Sure, let's take the Self-Reflection. Oh, I got the Brackish Blunder this late too. Okay, pack 3 wasn't as disappointing as pack 2. Alright, let's take the uncommon. I don't need 2 Tectonic Hazards. I mean 3, I already had 2. Alright, so by no means this is like a great blue-red deck. I have a Zodic Cliff, and then I have a Waterwind Scout. Couple of upgrades. There's the crewmate. There's like some good stuff, but I have had much better ones. But this is what I'm gonna work with now. I'm gonna play this might be a little bit of like a grindier deck. It's not an aggressive blue-red deck. I think I had opportunity to pick a Goblin Tomb Raider like twice. I have no 1-drops other than the, you know, trick 1-drop. So I'm not gonna be that aggressive. I will maybe rely on these expensive cards a bit. I don't think I'm gonna main deck the Boulder though. The Council of Echoes is I kind of want to try it, but let's make sure. I kind of cut now all the weak cards I might have here. So let's see the creature curve that, because I want to know how many 2-drops I can actually cut. This is 7. I'm gonna cut 1 gnome. I'm gonna cut the dowsing device, which maybe wasn't supposed to be there in the first place. And now this gives me 12 artifacts, and I think the scout that gives me an artifact. This can dig me an artifact. Yeah, 12. I guess 1 torch will be removed from the main deck. It seems a little bit unnecessary. And now that I have only 2 pirates, I'm not sure I care about the pirate hat. At equip 2 it's not that great, and it's better with flyers in general, and I have what, 1 flyer at 3 mana and then second one at 6 mana. So I can cut the pirate hat. This leaves me at 10 artifacts. I think I will be playing 16 lands if I play the gnome. That's kind of my 17th way to get a land. Yeah, the Council of Echoes is the kind of card that I could be cutting, but let's say if I'm not cutting that, I have to cut something else. I do like the Brackish Plunderer. It can also bounce. No, it can't bounce artifacts, only creatures. But if you get a map token out of that, you can even use this. Yeah, that's by the way another card that can create me a map token, so it works with the Zodiac Glyph quite nicely too. And it's just a nice way to counter tricks and get some tempo if the opponent plays some expensive things. Bouncing tokens is always great. So yeah, I'm gonna keep that in the main deck, but I have to make a decision about my final cut because I'm not playing 15 cards. Is the mine card going to be that great? I mean, it's a 3 mana 3/3, makes me treasures, which I might not need that many. I'm going to play the Blade Master, I think. I think I might have enough artifacts to make sure it is at least sometimes it's gonna attack as a 4/4, and I really could use the 3-drop. That's also the reason I'm thinking about leaving this in the deck, because I do want to have an impactful turn 3 play, and I'm a little bit short on 3-drops. Yeah, I'm gonna play the mining card. Now I'm really thinking that I should just cut the Council of Echoes and sideboard it in the kind of matchups where I can play a 6-drop. I could see that in such matchups I'm cutting stuff like 2 mana 2/1s, 2 mana 2/2s, mostly against something like green. So I'm gonna take this away from the main deck. I have enough expensive stuff. I think I like the Cave Worms enough to play them. They're not great until I hit Descent 4, but I have some ways to hit Descent 4. Anyway, they are 5 toughness, can block. I don't know. It's not a great deck, but I don't think the sideboard offers any options. I also don't think that there was that much of a great other option for the deck to be drafted. I could have taken the blue-green rare in pack 2, but I don't think this could have been a very good blue-green deck. Alright, let's just put the lands, which will be even split, I'm pretty sure. Yep, 8/8, and the Compass Gnome can get me either of those if I have to keep a starting hand with only one kind of a basic land. And that's it. That's the main deck. That's a fine hand. I might have to do this on turn 2. Depends on how fast of a start they have. Okay, well, I don't have to do it now because I will leave mana up for the upgrade. And I do hope to play something. Well, yes, I can do that, on the battlefield before turn 4. But now I have a Nice 3-drop here. Opponent didn't have an aggressive start, so I can maybe kill their 3-drop. Unless it's good chill, because even though it's a 3-3, it says I can't cast spell on their turns. But okay, Thinker's Thought. Well, I'm not using an upgrade or anything for that. And then I got a land, which is nice for the roaming throne. I did actually, when I paused the recording after building the deck, I did check out what kind of a creature types I have with triggered abilities. There are like various kinds. There's no optimal thing to name on this thing if you have to do it blind. Ideally, I have a card in my hand that will benefit from this double trigger immediately, but of course I wasn't gonna now not play the scout on this turn. Okay, they're going to use the cash, which is a decent card in white-green for sure. Taking some damage here. So let's see if I get something, because I have to blindly name something for this if I cannot, if I don't draw something for it. Now there are options, of course. I could have the Charter Course upgrade. No, I'm not gonna have an upgrade up in here. I think I should play the 4/4, but yeah, I'm gonna play the 4/4. This says, wait a minute. Oh, I actually could name Merfolk. So no, this is only, yeah, if a triggered ability of another creature you control, it triggers an additional time. Yeah, because this is actually, this gives the creature the ability. So I can get double treasures if I say either Scout or a Merfolk. And I think the 2-drops are Merfolk Scouts too. Is there a Scout that's not a Merfolk? Or is there some, at least the Tidebinder is a Merfolk, but you don't usually need double triggers for that. I'm gonna just say Scout Merfolk. I don't actually remember. Human Pirate is the 2-drop that can get me a artifact or a pirate from top 4. But let's make this a Merfolk. So now if I I don't know how useful the double treasures are, but you know, with Charter Course I will, oh, they had that. But this will be a Merfolk. Oh, it's another creature you can't. Yeah, it doesn't, even if this gets some triggered ability, it won't be. Well, it also already has. It has a ward. So yeah, the ward would trigger twice. So yeah, okay, this doesn't work by itself. There's a golem. Okay. So if I now attack and they double block, I lose. Well, I guess I'm just not gonna. Oh no, not that. I think I'll start. I'm gonna attack for 5. I think they're gonna just block with the gnome, but it's fine. Then I can play the Charter Course. I have 4 mana up, of course. I think it's just gonna be because I have a treasure here. So I think it's just going to be a Charter Course and a 2-drop. Okay, Tidebinder can be nice, but let's just play the Wondercliff for now. Merfolk Wizard. So this will when this enters the, I guess if there are for some reason 2 different triggered stab abilities on the stack, so that the opponent controls them both, I can counter them both if I have the roaming throne. But forget about that. That I no longer have a roaming throne. So they play multiple whirlpools, but it has worked well for them. I have to take 3 damage now. Well, I don't have to, but I of course won't be jump blocking either. The cast doesn't have any counters, so it can't move any counters from anywhere. That doesn't, I mean, it only moves from the cache to target creature. It doesn't, move between creatures. So now I might actually go for them. If an ability of an artifact creature played, because this thing actually, if I upgrade the 3/3, I can counter this triggered ability I do think it makes sense. It makes sense. So that I can continue attacking here. I should be able to get a priority here, so let's do that. Counter this ability. Now this doesn't even have any abilities on, as long as a Tidebinder is on the battlefield. But now, do I want to play a land to map token around? I don't think I do. I'd rather keep discarding these excess lands. I don't need any islands here. They have still 3 cards left, so I'm not out of the woods. They might have a 6 mana 7/7. What I'm gonna do with that? Nothing. I wouldn't be able to do nothing. I wonder if there's anything in the sideboard against these whirlpools. I don't think there is any good thing. Might of the Ancestors, so they can get +2/+0 and Vigilance on their turn for one of their creatures. Alright, well, I guess I'll take 3. And then I might just torch it up. Okay, Helping Hand to getting the gnome back, which I think was the only option. It was. Alright, well, no blocks here. So let's do the crewmate first. Let's see what I have. I think I'm gonna use 2 islands for this. Compass Gnome, sure. Think it's time to pickaxe. Don't think I need the torch right now. Let's do the pickaxe here. And I suppose I'll just play my van. Well, let's see what I draw here, because I'm gonna discard my island for sure. Treasure map. Well, that's not bad. I have 2 permanents, because I do have a couple of creatures in the deck that care about Descent 4. Now, I think it's just better to play the Wondercliff. I'm not gonna get any lands, so let's just play another 2/2. Now, if they don't have a big creature, I have a pretty wide board in here, and they are, of course, losing the. Now they have a big creature. They can make it into a 5/5 right now, which means that I might have to. Well, let's see what they do. They can't actually tap enchantments for this thing. Yeah, so they can only make it into a 4/4 unless they're gonna tap the gem guard, or they have a something in their hand that allows them to leave the gem guard untapped. Okay, it's only a 4/4 now. Now what I could do is I could make the Tidebinder into. No, actually, I can just do that. I can just equip the Wondercliff with a torch. That is probably what I should do. Yeah, I need something for the gem card, but I have an upgrade and the Brackish Plunder in the deck remaining. I think I also should just do this. Why not? I need something better, so let's bin that thing, and then I can do this. And I can attack now for 5. I think they'll just gonna jump block. Oh yeah, it's 3 triggers, of course, here. Not gonna sack the torch here. I'm going to discard an island. That is one of the good ones to have. Okay, they didn't block at all. Right, so the gnome or the treasure map? I think I like the treasure map more. I will use the treasure to the scry. I just need to find my other upgrade, or Brackish Plunder here, I think, to be in a fairly decent shape, because this is going to be able to... Yeah, they still have the 2 jump blockers, well, although they can't leave them everything untapped if they want to enhance the gem guard. But if they make it into a 6-6, then of course they will... Okay, they're gonna attack with that. Alright, so now this is... It does seem like they have nothing. There was like... When they declared this attacker, it seems like they didn't have a priority. So let's see, for as long as this is on the battlefield, triggered abilities, I mean this doesn't have any abilities, so when this dies, it would be the same moment when this triggered ability would happen. So I'm not actually sure how the game checks it. This gets its ability back on the same moment when it would, because this is gonna go to graveyard if everything goes fine. I think they have nothing, and if they do, then I at least get to use their final card. If I can get rid of the gem guard this way, I'm just happy. Let's see, also for science I will see if this triggers. Okay, it didn't trigger, so no, because this would have gotten a counter if it would have worked the other way around. Alright, let's have... Okay, that's that with pretty good, you know. I'm just... Well, I have no reason to scry in my upkeep because I want to draw that thing now. What is gonna get them? I actually think I'm gonna use the glyph on the next turn. I'm gonna get a treasure now, which I can glyph on the next turn. I will just play the Altisor here. I'm also not gonna, you know, have the gnome here. Decline the torch. I'll discard the gnome. Okay, that's a fine card to have. Now they will get their card draw. I don't know why I didn't attack with the crewmate, by the way, because of course this was 2 damage I could have dealt, so that was my mistake. I was too occupied with the post-combat plays, but yeah, this is great because now I have, you know, these threats in here, and the glyph can give me basically a hasty 5-4. They're gonna crack the courtyard. They have drawn a bunch of lands. Then again, I did draw 2, but thanks to the Vanderglyph, I have been able to discard my nonsense, and they actually hit a 1-drop with the Discover 4. Not the greatest. Okay, Market Gnome. I don't know if white-green is the best color combination for the Market Gnome, but they are playing them, and so far I'm not too worried. Okay, it has... I'm not gonna... Yeah, I mean, it has summoning sickness, so it can't attack. Not that they would have attacked into my 4-5. I'm not gonna crack my treasure because I have a... I know I could, you know, put the glyph on the pickaxe, but they can also have access to Petrify because they play white, so I don't want to take that risk. I'm gonna keep the pickaxe, enhancing my guys. Now this should be rather easy. Just glyph here and attack with pretty much everything, I believe, even with the crewmate. I mean, I should actually move an equipment to the crewmate. And I'm gonna also kill the Seeker of Sunlight with the torch. Let's not attack with the crewmate now. And I'm not gonna discard a card. I'm gonna sack the torch to get rid of this guy here and decline the discard. I have a fine hand here. And they're gonna go for that, and I guess if I did attack with the crewmate, they would have taken 2 extra or traded, and then if they... Yeah, I think again it was a mistake from my side to not attack with the crewmate. I really didn't realize that. Of course they're gonna have to start blocking my big things, otherwise they will die. I'm gonna just not do anything, I'll just, you know, scry at the end of their turn, and maybe in my upkeep too. Archaeologists, they can get an artifact back, so they could have yet another gnome around. There are other options too, of course, Tinker's Toad, for instance. They take that thing. Well, that's a good target for my upgrade. I should wrap this up. Over the edge. Well, I can't. So double explorers. Okay. Destroy target artifact or enchantment is actually good against my deck, but they chose to dig for something. So what was this basking capybara acrobatic leap? Alright. So now I will just attack with everything and win the game, because they don't have enough. I don't have to do anything. I'm not gonna even waste time scrying. This is just a win for me, so let's just go. I don't want to show them any cards, so let's go here, decline, go to damage, and that's it. Alright, game 2. So green-white, but I mean, a little bit of an unfocused deck. I don't know how to, because they have like controlling elements like the quicksand whirlpool. They have then again a helping hand to get something back. They have multiple market gnomes. I'm not even sure if which one of us is going to be the aggressor here. They have like the Might of the Ancestors and the Explorer's Cache, which are aggressive cards, but then they have some very defensive cards too. I guess it depends on how they, what is the particular draw they're gonna have, that which role is gonna be for them. Now, the Council of Echoes I don't like too much because it's a 6 mana card and they have 2 somewhat clean ways to deal with it. I'm almost tempted to also cut the Altisor, but I also think this is maybe just good enough to keep there. I'm not sure what kind of sideboarding I want to do. Like the Hunter's Blowgun might be good, giving me, death touch for my attackers, because my 2/1 gnome, for example, is quite bad against all the 1/1s and whatnot. Now I see a 1/3 here. I didn't see anything that's big green, but I assume they have some big green guys, and the death touch attacker might help. Also, it's very good with the torch, because the creature deals the damage when you throw the torch. If the creature has death touch, it kills any target. So I'm gonna put the blowgun in. I'm gonna cut the gnome. I'm gonna keep the treasure map because it seems like a matchup where I will have time to, do the scries and start drawing the extra cards as well. I don't know if I care about anything else. This Council of Echoes I would maybe sideboard in if I didn't see 2 of these quicksand whirlpools. I didn't see any target for this thing, so I guess I'll just keep it like this and see what happens. Well, this is a decent hand. Removal plus treasure map means that I will probably have time to use the map here. I didn't see a lot of 2-drops, but they have a frog. Alright, so I don't think I want them to have the frog here. I will just kill it, and then I probably will just play my creatures on turns 3 and 4 and then start doing this nonsense later on. I don't have any kind of a need to... Oh, what's going on? They played a bat cave with no cave mana. That seems a little bit suspect. This creates the bats only if you use mana from a caves. I mean, if they have caves, they get +1/+1 counters, but that's not really worth 3 mana. Maybe they just misunderstood how the card works. I don't think what else could be. Okay, they have a Kuzil. And it's a pretty risky card to let them have, and I can't cast spells during their turn. So this is, I think, a rather easy play, because I can do this and then equip and then use the treasure to kill the Kujil before they get any extra cards thanks to that. And then on the next turn I can pre-combat a treasure map with the diamond pickaxe, and this I will get a trigger for this guy. 3 damage to Kujil. Yeah, but this was just a wasted card. Maybe they have a cave or 2 in their deck and get a couple of counters, but... Well, there's 1. At least they got something out of it. They're almost out of cards. They do have the cave, of course, too. 2/2. crack if they have one more land. Alright, so... Well, I'll just play the cliff, I guess, to get the bounce... No, what? Not bounce. Boost on the Blade Master. And then I could play the cave worm, but it's only a 2-5. It doesn't actually do anything against these guys. So I think the better option is just to... the cliff might be better for... Well, I think I want to have more lands than, just 4 on the battlefield. I would prefer to have a double mountain. But yeah, I'm gonna still play that and save the treasure. So now I can use the... Let's put a stop there if I wanna do some upkeep. Scrying, but yeah. I will play the land to not... Well, so that I don't have to use the treasure for scries, and of course the Wondercliff has a decent trigger when it gets tapped, but then again, with the scries from here I think I will be fine. I have used both of my upgrades here now. It might have been a mistake to kill the frog, but this can also enhance some powerful stats. But now of course I need my Brachis Plunderer. It will take some time for them to grow this. They have not that many, ways to trigger it, or let's say activate it. Yeah, let's see what I'm gonna get here. Mountain. Well, I don't need a mountain here. That's not bad at all. No, I'll just attack. It will be a big creature. They will take actually... Yeah, they go down to 7 now. And then I can play the cave worm, which so far doesn't do anything. But... Okay. But let's see if they can make this big enough so that my Blade Master or anything can't attack. This is only gonna scry 3. So now they have some kind of a double block available, but my Cogwork Wrestler will actually have a say on that. And if they're gonna keep a counter, okay, they scry 3 to bottom. That was some group of useless cards there. Now if they want to give this a counter, they actually don't have a double block. And I have still a couple of torches in the deck which can also be thrown to face. So this is actually very good for me. Oh, they're gonna go for a maximum aggression. They have to now jump block the Blade Master. I don't... I actually had an opportunity to kill this by flashing this in before damage than I would have had. Okay, whatever. I think it's still fine. I mean, that was a mistake. I was supposed to flash this in. I kinda forgot I have these, treasures here. So that I had the mana for this thing. But yeah, let's just do this. I'm gonna have a roaming throne, which I'm going to draw. By the way, the treasure cove with the diamond pickaxe means I have infinite extra draws. Now, yes, I will play this guy, and I will say orc or pirate. I don't know if pirate I should, because I have another pirate, the human pirate in the deck too. So now if I attack with everything, they have to block the 5/5. So a lot of triggers here. I'm not discarding my wrestler. It's actually a 7. Oh, it got double. It got double, triggers, the +2/+1 also. I was only, expecting to see one, double treasures. But of course, also you get the other trigger that it naturally has twice. Anyway, this should be kind of game over. Well, I mean, they just played a Bat Colony that gave them 1/1/1 counter, and yeah, this is a little bit of an easy match now. I will admit that. And they just give this guy some counters. Okay, I guess they're gonna attack now. They are done, understandably. Okay, well, that was that. I'm getting these good starting hands. I think all the games have been now 3 lands with both colors available. And also this has a particularly exciting mana curve. Even a mana curve that the Deep Cavern Bat, which is a really annoying card, doesn't mess up, because I will have still options for 2-drops. And yeah, maybe they will get the scout away, but I have stuff to do on turn 3 as well. Now, I think I'll start with the Explorer here. I know this can be useful. Okay, that torch is gonna deal with the bat. Good. So, I mean, at some point I want to start discarding my excess lands, but that's not usually what you want to be doing in the beginning of the game. So I'm not too, I don't want to rush these guys if I can play the Explorer creature. Now I was just a little bit of brain freeze because I'm not sure what I want to do here. Now, yeah, I think I should kill the bat while I can. It's a little bit of a suboptimal mana usage. I know, if I knew that this guy is not gonna die, I should just have the pickaxe now equipped, and then on the next turn I can do the torch, because I'm not gonna cast the scout regardless. I think it's still the better move. This is the more mana efficient play, because if I equip the torch, that's the only thing I can do on this turn. Now I have this one extra treasure laying around. The only kind of a little bit of a downside here is that if the scout does get killed, well, it doesn't get killed, so this is all fine actually. I'm a bit surprised they chose to deal 3 rather than make this into a 4/4. I think I would have done the other way around. Anyhow, let's do this. I do want to back my I do want my flyer back here, so let's kill this guy. And it's still a 3/4, and probably a time to cash in the treasure tokens here. I'll just play this and then. Well, that's interesting, but it would be a little bit maybe. Well, it's not too much of a suspect if I don't play the scout, because there are reasons for me to save my treasures. But if it's because I was interested in countering the gem guard's ability, but there's no guarantee they can even go for that. So I guess no, actually I could play the Vandercliff. I'm willing to trade with the Echo of Dusk. Yeah, that's actually better. I will save 1 treasure this way. And now, because I wouldn't want to block with the Waterwind Scout on the Echo of Dusk. So now I think they're just gonna play something and make the gem guard a little bigger, but I guess I need to find one of my 2 upgrades or the Brackish Blunderer. Oh, they're gonna go for that. Well, I mean, I'll see what they have. I don't care about the play. Trade is fine, but I guess they have some graveyard recursion. Alright, so they will pull to that thing. I don't mind. This is a treasure still up. I could actually just trade with the gem guard, but it's really suspect if I choose to. Well, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna do this. And I'm gonna flash in the Tidebinder. I'm happy to get rid of the gem guard before it picks any counters. Then I don't have to find an upgrade for it, because it is a 3/2 flash blocker as well. So let's hope they don't have a trick here available. They do have some card, but I mean, I'm gonna just make them use it then. No target for that ability, and I at least get the block, so let's see what they have. Nothing. Okay, well, that. Alright, so that was, yeah, they had the planes cycling up. Well, there's the Brackish Plunder too. No attack into that. I suppose I'll just get myself a. I think I'm gonna give this potential extra counter to the Vandercliff. cave worm. Well, I mean, it's not bad. It's only 3 power flyer, so it's not a fast clock by any means. It's just that I can make this easily into a 4/5. By the way, I can just discard the gnome for this glyph's ability, for instance. Yeah, I guess a 4/5 is fine. I'm gonna draw the 4/5. This will be a little bit of a race situation. If they have some good top decks, I might not be able to hold. I mean, they are of course winning the race now. Okay, well they just had a 3-2 and nothing else. That's fine. Oh, this can end. Oh, this is sadly. No, actually, no. I can use the blunder on the target. Right. So I don't want to trade with the glorifiers. I actually have to do this. And now I'm going to. Guess I'm still discarding the gnome. I could even consider discarding the map, but I won't be doing that. The gnome goes away. The gnome is a good blocker on the glorifier, though. They might also give the counters to the glorifier. That's actually true. I'm gonna do it like this. Okay, well that's going to be a good one. I guess I hope they're gonna use the captivating cave, although they are not going to use that if they draw a spell. But I mean, this is the. I guess I just have to do the blunder on this turn. I'm taking 6 here. Maybe I was supposed to. No, if I had 1 extra mana, I was supposed to. You know, have this as a blocker. Okay, well that is kind of the best thing that could have happened. Wow, I'm lucky that they chose to go that route. I mean, there was no guarantee that this was gonna happen, but yet it did. Now I can take 3 here. Now I'm actually ahead in the race myself. Okay, yeah, that's just I'm gonna use this now in. Well, I guess on the cliff. Well, it was just a land. But now I can play the cave worm and even have the cockwork wrestler up. Thanks to the treasures I have. Oh, well, there's the upgrade, which I can use it on the suffering, but I'm actually going to play the land. I'm gonna play it. Now I can make this into a 5/6 attacker, which is kind of huge. I can also just finish off the Sandwing by attacking with the Vandercliff. And I can just attack with everything. This is actually, because the Cockwork Wrestler and the upgrade combine into a pretty decent stuff here. So yeah, I'm gonna do this, just in case I draw a land, so I can, discard it for the Vandercliff. Another K-Worm, sure. I have all the mana, of course, thanks to my treasures, so I can do this. And this is gonna be pretty good. Now, I think I'm gonna decline them. Maybe the treasure. I mean, the treasure map is gonna be good if they have a rat, and I think the rat is the only thing that they can have here to make it so that they still have a good chance in this game. Alright, so they are gonna go for that, I suppose. Well, I guess I kill both of their guys because I can assign 2 here and 2 here and finish off the Sandwing with the upgrade. So I can also save my guy. They're gonna deal only 4 now. Yeah, this is pretty good stuff, I would say. So let this happen, and now this has taken damage enough that I can finish it off, and now they can win only with a frat effect. And then I have a refill with the treasure map, not to mention my 4/5 creature here as well. Okay, so yeah, the turn when they chose to do this, and particularly on the flyer, that was so good. The Brachis Plunder that was just the turning point in the game, after which they didn't really have a chance. But there was a really good chance that they could have done differently, and then I was gonna be in trouble. Well, the bat means I'm gonna play my torches. Echo of Dusk, Glorifier. I think there might be enough reasons to play triple torch. Maybe I'll just not play the Compass Gnome. It's like the weakest card in my deck. Anything else? Council of Echoes is not actually that bad when they have the Adaptive Gem Guard. Captivating Cave, perhaps. Now, if I play that, what would I be cutting, though? I don't like the idea of cutting anything here. I did already cut a 2-drop. I think the treasure map is like a better late game thing than this, because this also works in the early game. Yeah, let's just do this slight change. I.e., I put a 3rd torch, I cut the gnome, and that's it. Well, I guess I keep getting these decent starting hands. No need to mulligan in this event. Even got a torch. So I get now it on the battlefield in case they have a bat now, so I can. This is now safe from the bat's trigger. I think in this case I should just do this and discard a. I was gonna say discard a land, but now that I drew these things, I want to hit my 5th land drop, my 4th land drop. The sad thing is that I actually am probably gonna discard the blunder, and it doesn't, count for descent. But I mean, the blunder is the least useful card right now. All the other cards, have a permanent effect on the battlefield. This is just the blunder is just a tempo effect. Okay, Visage, I have to discard a creature because I don't have artifacts. Well, they will pick the creature. They also will know about the Tidebinder now. Well, they made me discard it. Pit of Offerings. Well, I mean, that's not polite when I have a cave worm in here. Alright. I might just have to. Well, I'm taking the 2 damage for sure, but they know about the upgrade, so it's not like they're gonna play the Adaptive Gem Guard, but I'm still at least making them skip their best thing. Okay, that is. Well, that's annoying. That is very annoying, and I think I'm going to exile the cave worm. I'm not gonna exile my land now that I have these 4 and 5 drops there. I'm gonna have save the upgrade for now. Okay, this is a Merfolk Scout. I'm gonna say Scout or Merfolk. Don't know if there's exactly a difference. Let's say Merfolk. I don't think I have any other Scouts. Or, well, I have a Merfolk, but it's here, so. Anyway, I might get a double Explorer here, that would be nice. This has Ward 2, so what removal works? Petrify doesn't remove the, the static ability. It does. Okay, yeah, so I can get a double Explorer. Ooh, I have this card in my deck. Let's, I think I still start with the Scout. Get the value while I can. Torch number 2. I don't think I need it. But yeah, I could have left it on top to make this into a 3-4, but I was also interested in drawing the land. Now, they know about the upgrade, so they are not gonna make any crazy double blocks. I do like the torch though. I guess I'm actually just going to kill the Echo of Dusk. I know the torch is a target for the Exotic Cliff, but I think it's a valuable thing to kill the Echo of Dusk before it becomes life linker. It does give them food for the Visage of Dread, but I can have the upgrade for that. I of course have the option to use the upgrade on the Widow's Inquisitor right now. This is just a 5-4, so it doesn't battle that well against this 4-4 or the Glyph. Now that they are tapped out, and they know about the upgrade, I actually am gonna just use my mana efficiently, kill this, and here we go. I will get some artifact at some point for the Glyph. Of course I can enchant their throne with it, but that would make little sense turning it into a 5-4 instead of 4-4. Well, of course you would get the Discover Death trigger too, but still. I have the Altisor I can play. They know about it also, so let's see. Helping Hand on the Echo of Dusk. They're gonna sack the Visage, or the Snail actually, yeah. That's the better thing to sacrifice. Well, I'm not going to offer any trades now. I guess it's a little bit of a stalemate. Market, no, well, that's... okay, well, it is a stalemate. Upgrade now, though, it doesn't even do that much good stuff. If I attack with all my guys, I mean, not the 2-3 of course, but can I get some good stuff happening with upgrade? Now they should triple block, and then I would not have a good... Yeah, I think there's no point. Because this can deal 2 per turn, so let's just wait. They might have the, you know, the Whirlpool thing, Exile thing from my side. If it's tapped, it will cost only 3 mana, but I guess they're close to 6 mana anyway, so let's see if they have that. They're gonna cast it now if they do. Seems like that's not the case. Okay, that's a good target for the Glyph. Now this, they can return something from here, but I barely care about those. I'm not gonna show them the Glyph right now. I need a flyer, but I have only one of them in the deck. I guess the Altisor is gonna do some work here. Okay, well, I mean, what does this mean? I can block with the Altisor and I have an upgrade up, so I guess I'm gonna bite. They're just gonna have a dead weight. Well, I mean, I don't care. Then they have a dead weight. Malicious Eclipse. Well, let's do this, but it is gonna get rid of my Wondercliff, which I was going to target. I mean, it's still a 2 for 2. There's no reason for me to do anything with the upgrade now. I think I have to save the upgrade for something like the Visage here. Anyway, bye bye Wondercliff. And can I get another? If they now go for a double block, it's not so great for them. So I'm gonna do this. They might just block with the Market Gnome, in which case I think I have to use the... Yeah, because this will become a 4-4 lifelinker, so let's just do this then, before it becomes such. They have the Viper to return something, but... I mean, I had to fight through that Gnome regardless. Okay, now I am gonna need to have... I had my Charter Course already. I have another Cave Worm somewhere. I've drawn a bunch of my removal. I have some low impact cards remaining in the deck, but I also have my Flying Merfolk Scout, which would give me 2. It would give me 2 map tokens if I just manage to draw it, but it's 1 in 20. Okay, they're gonna make the 5-4 there, makes sense. They can mill a couple of things. Okay, now they can get back to rampaging thing. I think it's time to use the Glyph on the Torch now. Yeah, I don't mind if they trade with that guy. Okay, so I should actually do this. I kind of want the cliff to be a surprise. The sad thing is though that they will have a 5-6 blocker. That's actually a problem. Well, I'm gonna equip this regardless. I'm not gonna use the cliff now. I guess I was supposed to actually equip on the roaming throne to deal 1 extra. Yeah, I was. Why wouldn't I do that? Well, maybe I'm a fool. So they can bring back the 5-6, which is annoying. Because I don't have a way to push through unless I draw something. That thing has menace and also indestructible now. They have a veto as well. Okay, I'm in trouble. I'm definitely in trouble. And they get a Scry 2 and they have artifacts. They have a win on the next turn almost. My Zodiac Cliff isn't helping here if I... Yeah, this is bad. Wow. This is bad. There's nothing I can do about this situation except that I should do this. But I mean, they're gonna just fly over me. I can't attack into the spike tail. That is... Yeah, they milled the spike tail in a very opportune moment. Yeah, the 6th point of toughness is really annoying. So I'm taking now 6 damage, going to 3. The levitator can't... I have used my upgrade. I can't deal with the levitator, so I think the game is over. Yeah. They have the 4-4 veto. The malicious eclipse, that makes me want to consider something, but do I have any... Okay, I'm not too vulnerable. I guess I could see cutting one of the wonder cliffs. Don't know if that makes a lot of sense. I'm somehow interested in the Council of Echoes, but I'm also aware of the fact that they have the Pit of Offerings here, which can kind of make it harder to have the Descent 4 happen. I will be on the play. Okay, I'm gonna try the Council of Echoes now. Not sure if it makes sense. The Out of Air is also something that I could use to counter some of their expensive stuff. I will be on the play. It is double blue, though I have only 8 islands and I have cut my compass gnome already. 9 artifacts. Oh, I don't think I'm gonna fool around with the Out of Air. I'll just have this deck. Let's try the Council. It's a Spirit Advisor, something to keep in mind for the roaming throne I have. Well, I get to hit my good streak of, starting hands. They have some hand hate though, which is annoying, but at least I will get my torch and one of my 2s. I think it's maybe the crewmate. It's gonna be the crewmate this time. I might get a 3-drop here. I might also get nothing and bottom 2 of my cards. I guess there were also 2 lands there, but that was really bad. That was totally horrible. I think I'm killing that. Playing the scout then. I have 9 artifacts and maybe 1 other pirate. Well, I get the treasure map now. It's definitely the kind of matchup where I think the treasure map is very good thing to be having. So next turn I can play this, play the torch, scry, not equipping the torch unless they have a... Well, unless they play something I want to kill immediately. They don't know about the torch, number 2. Scry 2, they have a... Okay, they did choose to scry to top. Well, I'm not gonna have mana to equip this. I'd rather use the extra mana for the scry, so let's not do anything pre-combat. Okay, at least I'm pushing for some damage here. That's nice. I don't know if I'm supposed to sow the torch, but mana might be tight here, so it makes sense to do it. I probably won't be... Ah, that's annoying. Well, let's see if I'm gonna do upkeep something. Well, it depends on the Clockwork Wrestler. It's actually not very good here. I mean, I don't like they have the 4/4 flyer here. That kind of ends my attacks and I can't cast this. It is gonna be... it's a good card, but this time I'm not gonna have it. And in case I draw a land, I'd rather just play the Altisor, so I'm not going to scry here. Well, I'm not too happy. If I play this, I cannot use the scry here, which is slightly annoying. But then again, this is also a 4-mana spell I could just play now. You know, that's better use for my mana. I think I'm still not gonna do upkeep scries here, because if I just draw a land, I want to play the Altisor. Well, I have a torch for that, but that actually means they are not going to attack with the veto now. Because I have a good attack only if the veto is tapped. So let's see. I guess, oh, I should now... Yeah, I should now... But they're gonna go for the attack. I'm gonna get my Altisor back. Well, then I'm not gonna scry if I draw a land. Oh, I was wrong, of course. I have to use mana to equip. Well, it doesn't matter, I can scry on the end step. Anyway, this is now an attack, which I can make happen. Doesn't matter who is gonna hold the torch. They're gonna take 4 damage. Because of course when I sack the torch, they will not... I mean, this will be a 2-power creature anymore, not a 1-power creature. They had the exile card from hand thing, so I'm not playing my mountain right now. That said, if I play the land on the next turn and then the Altisor, and if I drew another land after that, that would mean that I can't use the scry, so I think I'm supposed to play the land. Now, there's a chance I should scry now, but I actually do want to have the information about their turn before I'm committing to the scry. I'm gonna play the land. I guess I can scry in before playing this anyway, because it will... I can use... Oh. Well, now I got really punished there. That's actually insane how much I got punished there. I was thinking about this particular card, but I was thinking also about optimizing the use of the treasure. I usually don't want to use my treasures for mana when I have this card drawer around, you know. But of course, if I could have played around that thing. That's a bit horrible. I don't know what to... I mean, that was one of my good draws here, but because they also have the levitator, but whatever. The cave worm. I mean, it's not so great when my cave worm isn't gonna be too big. So let's do that, and let's do that. Next turn I can start cashing in my... Yeah. I can draw some cards, but the problem is I'm actually... They're winning the race in the air, and I lost my Altisor. Okay. Annoying. Yeah, the fact they had the veto on turn 4 means that my treasure map isn't that great, because they are gonna be able to clock me. I thought this is a little bit of a slower matchup. Now, it's not a 2-turn clock. No, actually it is, if they attack with everything, but then they would have to... Grasping Shadows. Well, that's... I guess that means it's not a 2-turn clock, but they will be gaining life. Pickaxe. Let's start with drawing an extra card. which is not gonna do anything good to me. Now this will be a 4-power attacker. So I guess they have a 6 power here, so I can just attack with everything like this. But I think the veto means that I'm not... I need like a Brachis Plunder. I need to have a very good top deck now coming up. Because they're gonna get life back. And they sadly do have a... They do have a 2-turn clock now. They're gonna be at 9 life, so I needed my Altisor. I needed it. Oh boy. I do have 2 draws. Thanks to the Treasure Cove. Okay, they can get rid of that guy. Exiling means this won't even become a 4-5. That's not good enough. And this is gonna be not good enough. Well, I just lose to the attack in the air, so let's go to the next game. Yep, turn 4 veto, just being a 4-mana 4-4 and its ability, the ability to went, I mean 4-mana 4-4 that flies. They never got anything out of these sacrifices. No, I don't think so. Not even 2 life once. But yeah, I guess the turning point in this game was when I exposed myself to the panicked Altisor exiling by the skull cap snail. And I knew it, but I just wanted to optimize my mana usage for the Treasure Cove, and that's why I wanted to play the land. And that really... Because I guess they did have the Quicksand Whirlpool there, but I would have at least had a turn or so more. Well, too late now. I lost. On the play, and I guess no mulligans in this event. Well, there will be at least 1 game remaining after this, but this is of course a keep. Not a particularly good one though, because this is just a 2-1. A 2-1, I'm of course not gonna get any land. But I have a 2-drop, I have a 4-drop and a little bit of interaction. They have a Tomb Raider, okay. Well, with the Charter Cause, I think I'm taking this. Yeah, I'm going to take the damage, hoping that they don't have a 1-3 in here. Please don't have the 1-3. Sunset Militia. Okay, just a Tomb Raider number 2, which is fine. I actually don't mind trading here. The Brachis Plunder will give me a map token I can cliff away. But then again, if I just play the cliff right now, I can play the Roaming Throne the next turn. Okay. I don't know about the second color, but if it's not like white, if they have Plains and Petrify, that would be annoying. Although I can still use the Brachis Plunder to, you know, bounce my Compass Gnome to get the Discover or something else. Okay, now it's a race. But I have a 4-4 Ward 2. I am gonna win this race, especially when they are missing land drops. Okay. Roaming Throne, this Gnome Golem. Oh, you know, I get the... No. The Discovery is not on the creature, it's on the enchantment, so it doesn't matter. Yep. Just do this, and I think it's gonna be a Merfolk. Merfolk is gonna be a good one. Because I have 3 Merfolk that have ETB abilities. They had a Sunshot Militia, but at this point it's not gonna matter anymore. I can mess up their double block with the Brachis Plunder, so that's all quite great for me. I'd rather make them play the 2-mana creature again. Charter Cause. Yep. Well, they also have missed a lot of land drops. I mean, they had 2 and then no more after that. So of course, if you are on the play playing a turn 3 Exotic Cliff, the opponent misses land drops, so and doesn't have a clean answer for the cliffed creature, and there are not that many in this format. It's not that hard to win, and I even had the 4/4 there. But all I saw there is like red stuff. They might be mono red, but based on their missed land drops, I think they are just going to have like a white red or. Well, I guess it could be anything. I don't expect it to be a red-green deck, but it could be red-black, red-white, or red-blue. All of those can utilize artifacts quite nicely. I'm gonna play my Torch. I'm not gonna even consider playing the Council of Echoes in this matchup. And I think the Compass Gnome is still not that great, actually. Is there something that's worse than that? I like the 4-drops that can function as good blockers. I could see the treasure map being a little bit too slow, but I still don't like that Compass Gnome that much at all, so I'm gonna cut it for now and use this deck. Okay, first suspect hand, but I think despite showing that they have a fast deck, I'm gonna keep this. If I draw any land in 3 draw steps and all the lands in my deck enter untapped, I have the Scout, and if not, I have the treasure map. Although this, turn 2 treasure map might not be the greatest here, but might as well draw the mountain immediately, and also them not having the 1-drop. Crewmate is a good 2 though. So they're gonna find something because they're taking this much time to think about it. Companion. Well, getting 2 lands back to back there was the best sequence of draws. I can now play the Roaming Throne on turn 4, and the Altisor will also be coming. Here I'm just gonna block the Crewmate. I'm not gonna try to get any value from the Vandercliff. I'm also interested in having each of these cards in my hand, so I don't need to throw them away to replace with something else. Oh, they won't attack with the Crewmate. I mean, they had a 2/1 blocker here, so well, I mean, I'm just gonna do this. The map token is a very good target for the Cliff. I happen to draw my 3 draws here were, pretty perfect. 2 mountains into the double island hand, and then a Cliff. I mean, if I was able to Demonic Tutor a card instead of, drawing a random card, those 3 might have been just my choices there. Okay, they have a Nautilus. This is 3/3 now, so yeah, the Clockwork Wrestler will be the problem, because I would actually double block in a heartbeat if I was able to. If I knew that they won't be having a Clockwork Wrestler. But I guess I'll just have to go for it. Well, double block is also risky if they have a bounce or a burn spell, so I think I should just block these guys. Let's do that. Okay, that's fine. And yeah, my flyer isn't as valuable now, but I'm just gonna need to survive in here. Okay, I will wait with the Cliff now. This is a good blocker. Guess I'm still having the Merfolk Scout here. Let's say Merfolk. I also have the rare, my first pick in the draft, but yeah, it's not often gonna be. What's this? +2/+0 and first strike. Or it can be the +2/+2 and trample. I guess I'm gonna play around the uncommon. And I'm gonna block here, but I think they're gonna have the first strike here. Yeah. So I could have saved the damage if I blocked this. But if they have the +2/+2 trample and destroy an artifact, aka my map token, which I need for the glyph, I wanted to play around that effect. Now, I'm gonna lose to the militia, but I have 2 upgrades in the deck. So let's hope they have run out of their tricks. And now there's a Captain Storm, which I also need to kill. So yeah, this is not good. They also have the militia Vandercliff combination here. I actually think it's more important in this case. No, I can actually try to raise, because this is quite a lot of power I'm giving. Yeah, I'm actually gonna raise, hoping they don't have a response to that. I do need to leave this 4/5 to block. It can ping for 2, but let's try to at least raise first, because I have the Blade Master, which will be a 4/4 attacker here. And guess the treasure map will be... I can play pre-combat to make the Blade Master into a being able to pump, get the pump effect. Okay, so let's see how are they gonna attack. More tricks still up. Yeah, this is really annoying, because if they have another one of these, even double blocking does not help. Well, I suppose I have to make them use their tricks. I really don't like it though when an artifact enters the battlefield. This is a pirate, so this will get a counter as well. Yeah, I mean, them having another trick of some kind is not good. Well, I guess I don't block them. They are not gonna make this attack if they don't have a way to deal with stuff. Idol of the Deep King. Okay, they're pinging me in that case. So they were willing to actually... Yeah, actually if I knew it was that particular card, I would have blocked. Because now I'm gonna lose on their next turn. And there's no way I'm gonna be able to deal enough damage here. Yeah, they can ping me to death. So I need an upgrade on the militia. Actually, this was a lethal attack if I drew a removal on the Vandercliff. If they have nothing, this would be a 13 damage with the treasure map. But I didn't draw it. They're gonna use 1, 2, 3. Yeah, they can just win. I'm not gonna show them any cards. Let's go to the next game. So, tricks there. Well, I have a Brachis Plunderer, that's good. I have a Cockwork Wrestler, that's good. Treasure map might not be the greatest, but it's not like something like Tectonic Hazard is gonna work that well against them either. Should I play something like a Daring Discovery? I don't know. Don't like it. I guess I'm gonna give a chance to the treasure map. I don't like to play the out of air either. They have mostly just cheap cards. Yeah. I'm gonna play the treasure map because I don't think my sideboard has anything for this matchup that's worth putting in the deck. Final game of the event. Okay, no need to mulligan or hope for any particularly good draws. This is a slow hand, but I have the, you know, the 3, 4, 5 possibility, and with some interaction, and this will get me a map token. I'm very unlikely to be targeting untapped creatures. There's a Tomb Raider, and I don't mind having the land. That's fine. Okay, only 1 damage. I'm not gonna bounce that guy. Water Wind Scout is good, but this is a better blocker actually, because these might become 2/2s, and I want to be able to have a 2/3 blocker against them. Then I have a 2/5 and maybe a 4/5 to follow up. Yeah, I can stabilize with my high toughness creatures here. Okay, Pirate from Cavern of Souls, sure. Well, I didn't sideboard in my counterspell, so it doesn't matter. Okay, the taking a hat. Okay, that was annoying. The Pirate Hat is the perfect one for this turn. I mean, I guess it's only 3 damage, and I can play another blocker here now. They also had a Council of Echoes. I don't mind the land because that gives me the Altisar on the next turn. Sure, I can attack here. Now it's a little bit risky, but I also want to, deal some damage to them because I'm not like a super control deck. And this is a problem. They might have the +2/+0, but this is very far from descending, so I'm gonna make them use the trick. Of course, this attack for them is completely free. I'm not gonna kill with my 2/5, and they want to have the loot for sure. So unless they wanted to leave this as a blocker, this attack is gonna be what they are gonna do no matter what. This doesn't mean they have to have a trick in their hand, but it seems like they do. So that's my 4-drop there, and they will follow up. They discarded a companion. I could play the Scout and the Wandercliff and attack as a 4/4 Blade Master, but I think it's better to have the Altisar here. And on the next turn I will do that, perhaps. Or I have the option to use the Blunder. So now if they're gonna attack with a Tomb Raider, now it's gonna mean they have something. But in the previous game they didn't have another copy of an Ancestor's Aid, they had the 2 damage dealing effect. Okay, that doesn't do anything right now. Dowsing Device gives this a +1/+0 and haste. It will be a 5/4. Well, that was really unfortunate. But I'm not making the trade happen, given what the stuff what I have in here. So I will just take more damage. Besides, if they don't have an artifact enter the battlefield, this will be just a 4/4. Although they can actually move around the Pirate's Hat. But I do like this idea slightly more. I know I could use the Blunder though. But I also want this to be able to attack as a 4/4. That's the thing. It won't attack as a 4/4 if I use my map token, and I also would have to play the Wandercliff first. This is quite tempting to leave mana up for this thing though. Okay. I'm gonna leave mana up for the Blunder, because I have now good blocks available here. I can ping for 2 and start attacking in the air. If they play an artifact, well, if they play any creature and an artifact, or just an artifact creature, they will get another hasty attacker. Sunfire Torch is gonna deal with the Scout, but that's that. No, they seem to just be doing that. I mean, I'll just do this and see if they have a trick available. Okay, I'm gonna bounce it now. Let them recast it. Keep my pings here up. Now I have 2 artifacts for my Blade Master. It's not the greatest bounce because they can just recast it and attack on the next turn, but this allows me to use this once more, and at least it will tie their mana somehow, because it seems like they have, you know, multiple spells in their hand, so they have to now decide what they want to use. Idol of the Deep King, okay, killing the scout. Understandably, they don't want to take damage. They, by the way, now get to flip this thing. And they will be able to give some good pump effects from now on. +3, plus X, plus O, and haste. Yeah, this is nasty. I kind of need now some very good stuff, actually. That's the opposite of very good stuff. I'm going to use one of my map tokens here. Just to... because I can make this still get the enhancement. Okay, Wrestler, which they know about, is not good. So let's not do that. Do this. Attack for yeah, for a bunch in here, and if they double block, fine. They actually single block. They have the opportunity to just do that. Yeah, that's kind of bad for me. Yeah, this is gonna attack as a. They have 3 artifacts now. They have an artifact in the graveyard, so they can give them. Okay. Oh, this is tough. I guess their deck is just better than mine, in fact. That is true. Yeah, they seem to have a better blue-red deck. They even have the blue-red uncommon. And I need like a charter course or something. Now they have that thing. And I mean, I have to take a lot of damage if I don't do the trade here. And they have the jump blocker, so I do think, yeah, bye bye Wonder Cliff. Yeah, if they did not have the jump block, I could see taking this, but I have to make the block now. It's not great, but I need to just draw something like a charter course now, or an artifact pre-combat, because this is not gonna get the pump right now. Yeah, they haven't run out of gas at all. They just have... Okay, well, I need to do this now. But I mean, I'm flooding out. I don't get to... That's also not gonna work. I mean, it doesn't do anything. They can play that, and if they have a land drop, they can attack. So almost a lethal attack. Well, them knowing about the Tidebinder is not great. So I'm actually going to do that, but all the land draws I had means that, I mean, I'm not gonna be able to. Yeah, I don't know how can I deal the extra 4 here somehow. If I had my own Council of Echoes, that would help, but I don't. It's in my sideboard. So I'm gonna be dead on the next turn. They even can, you know, discard the Blade Master, which is not bad at all at this point, but they actually have the Militia, and I assume something for 2 mana. Alright. Well, that was like way too many lands. Way too many lands. They haven't even discarded any lands. They are basically at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lands, and this is not even a land as a starter. Yeah, okay. I can attack and then I will lose, of course, so I would have to leave this as a blocker, but I'm not gonna trade with this guy. They can... I have lost the game. But at least I haven't had a 1-2 result in a while, so they have to happen at some point. And my deck wasn't... I don't know how the draft was supposed to go, but it seems like it was really obvious that I'm keeping... at least when I got the cliff, it was really easy to just keep being blue. I got a couple of upgrades for red. Not a lot of red though, but then again, was there some other color so open that I should have moved to that direction? I'm not sure, but this is definitely not as good of a deck as for the final round opponent. 1-2 is not a big surprise. It's not a very, kind of a... It's a little bit of a all over the place. The Frilled Cave Worm is definitely not your normal blue-red card. I guess I could have taken one of the pirates, but I didn't even have pirates energy, Pirate Hat wasn't even in the deck because I have only 2 pirates in here. Yeah, well, let's take the prize from this one win, and I will see you in the next video then. Thank you for watching, and bye-bye.